Class 12th, Subject Physics, Second Chapter, Mechanical Properties of Fluids. From the chapter, Stokes' Law of Viscosity. Now, what is viscosity? The property possessed by the fluids by virtue of which it opposes the relative motion between different layers of that fluid is called as viscosity. So, viscosity is the opposition to the motion of different layers of that fluid. Now, for Stokes' law of viscosity, let us consider first the statement of this Stokes' law. So, Stokes' law states that the viscous force acting on a small spherical body flowing freely through the viscous medium is directly proportional to the coefficient of viscosity eta of that medium, the radius of that spherical body r, and the velocity of that spherical body v. And therefore, in order to explain this concept, here there will be viscous medium. In that viscous medium, this body, that is spherical body, is moving freely. It is released from top, so that first of all it will move with increasing velocity. That means this spherical body will possess initially acceleration. After some time, after covering a small distance, it will attain a constant velocity, so that acceleration of that body will be equal to 0, and then it is acted upon by this force, that is the viscous force Fv, by this viscous medium. And so, according to the statement here, the viscous force Fv is directly proportional to eta, that is the coefficient of viscosity, r, that is the radius of that spherical body, and phi will be the velocity of that body. Now this velocity will be nothing but the terminal velocity. Now the viscous force Fv will be equal to k into eta r phi, where k is the proportionality constant and whose value is 6 pi, which is experimentally calculated value. And therefore, we can write the expression for this viscous force Fv equal to 6 pi eta r phi, and that is the mathematical expression for this Stokes' law of viscosity. Now, what is terminal velocity? When this spherical body is released through the viscous medium, because this is the viscous medium, through that viscous medium, when that spherical body is released, then it will be acted upon by different forces. Fv, that is the viscous force exerted by this viscous medium on this spherical body, which is acting in the upward direction. Second force in the same direction is Fu, which is nothing but upthrust exerted by this viscous medium. Now, what is that actually upthrust? So, when that spherical body is moving through this viscous medium, at that time it will displace some part of that medium which is equal in volume to that of the volume of this spherical body, and therefore due to this displaced part of the viscous medium, the upthrust will be exerted, that is Fu. Third force will be nothing but the weight of the spherical body, that is Fg equal to mg, which is acting in the downward direction. So, as soon as that body is released through this viscous medium, its velocity will go on increasing, it will get accelerated, but after some time it will attain this terminal velocity. At that time it will move with constant velocity and there is no acceleration, that is acceleration of that body will be equal to 0. Now this will be attained only when the total upward force, that is Fu plus Fv, will be balanced by total downward force, that is equal to mg. So in order to obtain the expression for this terminal velocity, let us consider some of the terms. So let r be the radius of that spherical body or object, then m be the mass of the object, rho be the density of that object, that is that material of the object will be different than that of the viscous medium. Similarly, sigma be the density of this viscous medium. Then let eta be the coefficient of viscosity of that viscous medium. Now when the sphere attains terminal velocity, when that sphere attains terminal velocity, at that time total upward force is equal to total downward force. So total downward force is equal to total upward force, and therefore we can write total downward force is Fg, total upward force is Fv plus Fu, and therefore these forces will be written as 4 by 3 pi r cube rho into g. Now force is nothing but mass into gravity, and mass is nothing but volume into density. Therefore 4 by 3 pi r cube, this term will be volume of that spherical body into density of it, that will give you mass, and into g, that is the weight, will be equal to viscous force 6 pi eta rv and plus 4 by 3 pi r cube sigma g, which is nothing but the force due to upthrust. Now 6 pi eta rv will be equal to 4 by 3 pi r cube rho g minus 4 by 3 pi r cube sigma g. Taking common between these two terms, 4 by 3 pi r cube g. So 6 pi eta rv will be equal to 4 by 3 pi r cube g into rho minus sigma. Therefore phi will be equal to 4 by 3 pi r cube g into rho minus sigma into 1 upon 6 pi eta r, and therefore phi will be equal to 2 by 9 r square g into rho minus sigma upon eta, or the coefficient of viscosity eta will be equal to 2 by 9 r square g rho minus sigma upon phi. So this will be the expression for terminal velocity or coefficient of viscosity.